the easier hits, which is the key for having a successful team, is you have to be able to reliably make the play that's called for in the situation, easy or hard.
And he certainly has been consistent at that. We'll see if he can bring that out here today against Platteville. We get underway in game one.
And, you know, Stacks is probably very happy with Large. You can see him rocking that NRG decal. And already a great defensive play, that time coming out from Dark, who has been a step-up player for Stockton. We've always talked about Gino being the best player on the team. You know, Gino, former RLCS experience. But Dark has had an excellent season.
Yeah, he's one of those players that uses his head every time he's on the ball, uses his brain. Very smart behind it. And Gino, we're talking about Dark. We forgot about Gino. Great work here in the corner to find it across the net.
And you see how good that catch was from Gino. Large hits him, and Gino catches that ball over his shoulder on the run, was able to keep up pace and dribble that around. The defense had no answer. Gino, great finesse on that play.
Gino, one of the few players still using the Batmobile. Makes good use of it.
And he's been using that since the beginning of his career. He has committed himself to this car.
It certainly has paid off for him. He does put it to good use, as here he is in his own corner trying to find a way out. Stockton in that 1-0 lead. Platteville, I think, a little bit slow coming out of the gates here so far. Here's Dark. Touchdown to Large. Large just trying to make sure that Platteville can't get a clean clear. It does come for Fluffball.
Fluffball, you know, you can tell he's feeling the holiday spirit. He's got a bow topper, the sweater decal, peppermint wheels, white octane. You know, he's loving it.
Trying to give his team a gift there. Trying to get a mind game past the Stockton defense. Looking quite festive. Slow also has his, what looks like a sweater vest on. Slow on the block, has to make it, does so, and a great challenge from him. This one comes back across. Still trying to force it. Mars rotates out. Fluffball's up, and a touchdown away. Mars is going to go. This one's going to come out to Slow, and he can't catch back up to it. It went too far past him. And the defense of Stockton holding strong.
And that was an opportunity for Fluffball. The ball leaked out to the middle. And we're seeing this now. A few opportunities. We even saw it from Slow. He was there. The ball was in a great spot if he was in the right position. They were just out of position by the smallest of margins. Platteville, they're getting looks, but going to have to get things a bit tighter if they hope to get that quality final shot.
Game certainly not blown wide open here by Stockton, and Stockton have had to play a fair bit of defense. Here's Fluffball, challenged by Gino. Fluffball still going to stay on it. Needs help from his teammates with that pass. Here's Mars. He goes a bit high. It comes down. Slow's going to go. Off of Mars and in. Just how you draw it up for Platteville.
Is this how you draw it up? Is this really how you draw it up? Mars, no boost. On the backboard, gets the hit. Wow. I think that was making the best out of that situation. And wow, yeah, is right. How did they do that? They were out of boost. If that bounces off the backboard and goes out, then, you know, I truly think that Platteville's getting scored on. There was multiple players up. That was a heavy commit. No boost to really do anything. That was an all-in play, and it paid off.
The full commit from Platteville. And I think Slow's touch, I'm not really sure if he meant to blast it so high off the back wall, but in the end, it works out for them, and they do tie the game back up. Looking to put on some more pressure here as it comes out to Fluffball. Just looking for that back wall. Gino is up to receive it.
And, you know, Corelli, I was going to say, Mars, you have to give him credit on that play, because even though he was low boost, he was expecting a hit like that to happen.
It's that heads-up play that's required at the highest level. And here in CRL, you got to be a bit quicker if you're Mars, as Large comes through to score a second goal.
Large and in charge. Zero boost. Mars thought he had some time. Large stays on the play and gets that go-ahead goal for Stockton. A big play from the stand-in.
A quick response from Stockton and a quick play from them as well. Didn't really come from any extended pressure. Good work from Large to get up. Here he is again. As he does get the touch to the midfield. A couple demos come out for Platteville, but the ball still lands in Gino's lap, throws it away. Here's Mars. Look for the back wall again. Platteville have been loving putting this ball over the Stockton defense.
Dark barely got there in time, used up all his boost to get that hit. If that ball was a little bit higher, I think it's bouncing off the backboard and Platteville's tying it up. A flip reset from Dark, and he gets it! Dark with the flip reset, a massive goal for Stockton.
And I can't believe he actually got back to this. Look at that flip, and then he rotates belly side up to get back to the ball. Great work from Dark individually in the box.
Man, Stockton showing us everything that they have. All players making plays. Large, Gino, Dark, they've all had standout moments. And a huge miss will cause problems for Platteville.
And Mars had the boost to get to this one, 73, or early 85 as he picks up the pad.
Ooh.
And just didn't get up fast enough. Simple as that. Great read from Dark. He was poaching the top of the box the entire time, waiting to see what the defense was going to give him. And in the end, no touch comes out from Platteville, and an easy tap in for Dark.
And the game has gotten out of hand now. Platteville had some good looks. Fluff Ball has had some quality challenges, going up for 50s, getting big wins, and Mars missed the corner boost steal. It just has not been as polished from Platteville, but that could be a backboard pass.
Oh.
And even that was a golden opportunity for them to score.
And that shot put wide, the mistouch from Gino. And no one there from Platteville to at least put it on target. The shot put wide, and in the end, time was running out. And Stockton, though it was close for most of the game, they had to fight for it, do come out with a 4-1 victory in game one.
A very impressive win and some great plays. Even thinking back, Large passing the ball up to Gino, who catches it and dribbles it around the corner and scores. Then you have the Dark flip reset play, which was picture perfect. He had almost no boost going up for that play. About a third of a tank, if I recall correctly, and still was able to perfectly use that boost and stay in control of his car to get that dunk. And then Large, not only did he get that assist, also getting upfield, challenging that Platteville player on the goal line and just getting right in the defense's face. Stockton, they looked very good in this first game versus Platteville, who had a few chances, but they never really had that last threatening final shot.
And that first 75% of that game or so was really why I gave Platteville one game in this series. I predicted the win for Stockton 3-1, and it's because Platteville can come out and put the pressure on and keep the game close for long enough. Things fell apart. There were some obvious misplays, especially with the whiff on the goal line, but even more so, like you said, James, I think Stockton as a team really rose to the occasion here. All players individually had a great game there. And I think that's rare to say for any game is, usually you have maybe one or two breakout players, but I think all three players on Stockton game one performed at an exceptional level here against Platteville.
You're 100% right, Curly. There's, those games where a player does what they're supposed to do. They keep their head down, they challenge when they need to. They keep the ball in play, prevent any big holes in the defense. And then there's the standout moments that players have where they have that extra effort. They go above and beyond to make the play. And we saw all players have that, almost a goal. Gino streaking in. The passing already coming out from Stockton.
And that's something that Platteville has been trying to get going, is the passing. And right now, it has just not been landing. Gino gonna dunk it down. That's a tough bounce as it rolls up the wall. Dark, great touch off the back wall. No one there from Stockton to follow up. And now Gino and Large racing back on the transition.
No way.
Great dunk from Large. Is it in? It's gonna go on the left side. And a way to start it for Stockton.
Large, he wave dashed on the wall as well in order to pick up that extra bit of speed. If he doesn't execute that wave dash on the wall, he's not getting there in time for that challenge.
And for Platteville, you feel like you had Stockton on the ropes. You had Large and Gino racing back at one point in transition. The defense was in a little disarray, and then Large, monster play in his own corner, really, to dunk it into the other side and into the back of the net.
That break must have not affected him too much. Large fitting in, and another win at the midfield. Dark gets beat by Mars. I'm not sure how Mars had that in. And flip reset, it's bouncing. That caused panic on the Stockton goal line. Huge play from Mars.
Yeah, you can see what Platteville can do, especially individually. Here's the passing play over to Fluffball. Does get the touch, comes out to Slow. Big shot. Darks makes a save on the goal line and actually comes off of Large in the end. But a great sequence there from Platteville. Still just can't convert.
Yeah, that was good speed. Mars, kicking that whole play off with a fast challenge on Dark. And then the possession, the passing was there for Platteville, and that was a threatening opportunity. But the shot was not well placed. It was right at the defender. So Platteville has to work on that power, that accuracy, but I'm liking the vision, and they're taking the chances to get that scoring opportunity.
Here's Slow. Might have a chance himself. Used all of his boost. Big dunk and clear. Here's Dark going for 2. No, he doesn't have enough. Cleared away by Mars. Dark again staying in the conversation, trying to make sure that it is not easy for Platteville to break out of their own half. And that one's going to go backwards into the Platteville corner. Large is there. Now Dark to pick it up. It's going to come off the back wall, looking for follow-up. Big pinch from Mars and Slow. And it does get cleared away. And Platteville now on offense, so they can't keep it.
Big moment here. Great 50s, good pitch as well on defense. Platteville is looking good this game, but they still have not found a way to beat the defense. The shots have not been there. But they are, it looks like they're on the brink. They're on the cusp of making that breakthrough.
They certainly have Stockton in a rough spot at the moment. Certainly controlling the pace of game. It does feel like they're playing a bit faster than Stockton. That's definitely not what the case was last game. This one comes off the sidewall. Dangerous ball. Gino has to get up. This ball thrown to the other side. Mars. Ball's actually going to get it again. And maybe, I guess, a fake on Large. Now he wants the bump on Gino. Still, no super threatening shots. No dangerous shots coming out from Platteville. And then a big one from Large. Dark's going to follow it up. It's weak. And a clear from Fluffball. Can Mars get there? He does. Is it going in off the ceiling? And Mars does get it. The tie game.
We've been talking about the challenges from Platteville, and it was a challenge that gets them the goal. Mars over Gino off the ceiling and in. And that was just taking a good line on the 50. We've seen Mars do that before. The first really big chance that they had was because Mars had another very good 50 against Dark. That time beating out Gino, but they give one up right away. Gino baits in that player and was able to just get it right around him.
And that one hurts for Platteville. Great work by Gino on that second touch, and he wins the free space towards the net. But for Platteville, you work so hard to get your first goal, and you've done so well to make Stockton uncomfortable in this game. And then you go and finally get that equalizer, only to give it up right out the kickoff. So now it's back to work for Platteville. And again, Dark, not the best touch. Large can't find it. Fluffball puts it on target, but Large instantly shuts it down.
That second effort from Large, that was so critical. Stockton was struggling for boost. Large, I thought he missed it and was out of the play, but was able to buy time for Dark and Gino to get back into position. Not over yet. Platteville has been throwing some big-time punches. See if one can connect here in these final moments.
Here's Gino trying to work his magic again on the back wall. Shut down by Slow. Platteville wanted to get on transition but couldn't keep the ball. Now Fluffball out of boost. And Gino there to clear it away. Large wanted a piece of it, couldn't get the touch. And now Stockton wanting to slow down the game, run out the clock. And here comes Platteville. Mars off the back wall. Gino in a tough spot. No boost, does make the save. Look at the reads from Gino. Still dangerous here for Stockton. Comes out to Mars, and nobody's home for Stockton. Tie game.
The panic from Stockton. They were out of boost for a long time. Large went all the way out to the midfield. He dove in from that ball from Dark. Dark, that was his ball. That commit, that overcommit, costs Stockton, but Platteville, you could see the writing on the wall. They were continually putting Stockton in an awkward spot on defense.
And here they come again. Fluffball on the shot. Mars can't put it around Dark. And a great defensive effort there for Stockton. Maybe one more. Large, can he do it himself? Mars turns it down. And that one will drop. Game 2 overtime.
Platteville, this is such an important game. They look so good this game, taking it to Stockton. see if they can get this win. Good hit from Mars, but Large will turn and put that into the middle. Platteville hasn't really been forced to play much defense at all this game.
It's been mostly an offensive effort here for Platteville. And it really is just that shooting that's plaguing them. Of course, Stockton have had good defense, but certainly Platteville have had the better opportunities and the more dangerous opportunities, and multiple at that. Here's Mars. It's just Dark back and does make the save.
And how many times have we seen that where Stockton's barely getting a piece of their car on it, enough to delay the oncoming attack for just a few more moments? It's been happening over and over again. You'll wonder, when is it going to be that final goal for Platteville?
And Stockton, our boost star, I'm just flipping through the players. And Dark just picked up that canister. At that point, between the three players, they had 24 boost as they were just waiting for Platteville to take their shot. It's been very tough for Stockton to get a foothold here in the defensive side.
Again.
Double commit.
Oh.
Dark does get the bump, and this will buy some time for Stockton to get out and maybe take a deep breath, but only for a moment, as Mars throws it back into the Stockton corner.
And yeah, you've seen Large, he was a part of those double commits, and this is still hairy.
No. Oh, I thought Large might be able to squeeze it through. That was a great
but he
pass.
was on zero still. They're having consistent boost problems, really.
Yeah, they certainly are. And you can even see Large going for the corner. Nothing there.
Over.
Dark second touch.
No
He doesn't
way!
get around it. Gino's there to put it away. And in a game where Stockton has to pull out all the defensive stops, they sneak away with game 2.
I thought Dark was going to end it there with the double tap. I'm sure he's thanking his lucky stars that Gino was next on the goal line. If that got cleared out, Dark would have felt terrible. But Stockton prevailed. That was a tough game for him, though. Just look at the amount of saves they were forced to make. 10 saves, 5 of them coming out from Gino. And there were multiple situations where they're screening the net, essentially. They're jumping in front of the ball, predicting where the shot's going to come in, and Platteville just hit it right into them. If Platteville goes for some fakes when Stockton is out of boost and they can bait that jump in, you will have an open lane towards net. So we'll see how Platteville chooses to respond, but they're going to find themselves in a really tough position now, down by 2.
And I don't want to discredit the Stockton goal line defense that they've had here in this game, but I do think that Platteville were their own worst enemy here, just to the point you're making. It just feels like Platteville had so much opportunity that there's surely more chances than just the one that they put away, or the 2 rather, they put away to actually build a lead, especially when you put up 14 shots. I know Stockton had 10 saves, but still, Platteville, they had dangerous chances and couldn't put them away. Got to find the back of the net. With that amount of offense, feels like Stockton, they were so well boost starved. And I think you got to give credit to Platteville. They did a great job of stripping away the boost from the defense of Stockton. See how they do here in game 3.
I want to see more from them, though, Corelli. If you can throw in a fake at midfield, especially when you know they're low on boost, that's such a good way of paving a lane towards net. And it was domination, really. Platteville, how many times that game did we cycle through the players and see multiple players on 0 or below 10?
Oh, Large off the pass from Gino. Only one man left for Platteville. Fluffball and slow go. Gino beats them both. Large there to put the shot away, and Mars just couldn't get there in time. Stockton up 1-0.
And that was a smart play from Large. He turns there with only 9 boosts, so the communication getting repaired a bit, at least on the offensive end. We saw Large double commit quite a few times last game, but that time, Gino, he read that situation with Gino perfectly and used that 9 boost so effectively. It was a critical part of the play. And the Stockton offense already showing their colors early.
That was a great touch by Gino. Large trying to follow things up. Mars does get the block. What a touch from Gino, though, initially. And great offense so far from Stockton. Definitely a reversal from what we saw in the last game. And Large is going to squeak it by. It does go off football, but in the end, climbs its way into the net.
Yeah, this situation, Large zoned out Fluffball, made Fluffball think that maybe he's going to take this off the wall, hit it off the backboard, go for a pass, but Large just lets it bounce. goes straight for net, and you could see how surprised Fluffball was. He rotated around, he turned in a way that left that net wide open. And unfortunately for him too, he got a piece of it and it bounced off the post, off him and back in.
And you talk about conversion, right? And we talk about it last game for Platteville. And you're looking at Stockton now, they're sitting 2 goals on the 3 shots and just putting away every opportunity that they have. Platteville have got to make the same type of offense happen at the moment because this game is slowly being ripped wide open. Dark gonna put it across, Large is there. And Platteville do clear it away for now.
Yeah, Platteville, even in that moment, we saw that 1-2-3 passing play attempt. Platteville, they've got some teeth, but they've not been able to get over the hump. Every time they get close, Stockton amp it up and just snatch the victory away from him. But that missed boost in the corner from Gino, gonna leave him on empty. This is a good chance.
Let's see if Platteville can take advantage of it right now. Still not dangerous enough. This one on the back wall. It's gonna be Dark to clear it away. Slow, just lobbing it into the box. Good challenge from Fluffball. Large forced to go up and at least get a touch on it. He does so. Great work by Large here. Can he get down to the boost? Doesn't get either the boost or the ball, but did enough to get out from his own end. Platteville trying to ramp back up. We're not seeing the same type of boost starvation from Platteville as we did in the previous game. Stockton have had a lot more to work with. This ball bouncing in the Platteville box. Now quickly downfield, Fluffball and Slow combined. Here's Slow. Oh, he wants a piece of Dark, doesn't get him. And that actually might have led to a goal if he did.
No way.
Now Large just throws it downfield almost on target. And just off.
Oh, that's a huge miss off the backboard and a big save from Mars. If that goes in, you might as well just call it at that point, but Mars keeping some hopes alive.
It truly is do or die here for Platteville. Their offense has slowed down quite a bit here in this game. It's been more and more Stockton. Only 2 shots from Platteville at the moment. Stockton up to 5 and obviously sitting up by 2 goals. Here's Mars trying to put something together, and they need it. It's coming off the ceiling. Slow couldn't read it. Fluffball does. Slow trying to turn back around, but it's poked through by Dark. Now Gino.
Got to see something happen soon, though, Corelli, for Platteville. They've had some good looks at passes, but again, it's the shooting that has let them down.
Dark.
And if this goes in, Dark! That looks to be the nail in the coffin. Platteville now find themselves trailing by 3, and we barely have more than a minute left to go.
And both Slow and Fluffball creeping into that right corner on the Platteville side. Left the goal completely exposed for that pass across the net. Great finish by Dark. And now a 3-0 lead for Stockton. Putting away the chances when they arise. And for Platteville, an offense that has been crippled in this 3rd game. Almost another one. It will go through for Dark as Fluffball gets the touch, but eventually the 4th goal falls.
Now Large put that ball in an awkward spot. Mars was trying to defend net. Large ends up bouncing it off the backboard. That caught him by surprise. So Platteville, they looked good in this series. They really did at times. The possession, the boost starving. You feel like this could have gone different. If there was just 1 or 2 plays that went the way of Platteville, could have been a completely different series, but hats off to Stockton. They stepped up, and they made the most of their opportunities.
Oh, absolutely, and it feels very reminiscent of when Stockton had to play Northern Virginia in the playoffs. They had to put on a lot of defense, and they were pushed to their limit on the defensive side, but were able to squeak out wins. And a 3-0 fashion here against Platteville is certainly a statement as they look to move on. Slow wants one more, maybe for Platteville here. It would be a shame to see them get shut out after such a great Game 2 for Platteville. Things not going their way in Game 3, and Stockton looking to take the series in a 3-0 fashion.
And if you're wondering how Large was going to fit in with Stockton taking the place of Bussy, I think the answer is quite nicely. Getting MVP this game, making some great plays on offense, the passes, the quick turns. Large brings that offensive presence that you didn't really see as much with Bussy. I think you trade a bit of defense though. Large had a few of those double commits. But overall, this Stockton team, they look to be a threat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, Stockton is certainly a threatening team here in CRL. And even with Large, I don't think they missed a beat. Like you said, they look just fine. So I do think this isn't the last time we'll see of Platteville. That for them, there are some things to be worked out. Obviously, the offense needs to be a higher percentage conversion rate. With the amount of chances that they had, they certainly walked away with too few of goals is what it feels like. But unfortunately, I think that was really in the end for them what got away from them in the series. Stockton, you saw the experience. You saw the team come together, especially stepping up individually. That leads to Stockton's win here. So for Stockton, a clean and a good quality 3-0 win over Platteville. They'll play the winner of UCF and UNCC later. But for now, James, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we've got more CRL action coming up.